Currently about 4:39 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 24th, 2020. Currently located in the bedroom I'm sleeping in, it's located in the house I've been staying in, it's located in the town of Windsor in the county of Sonoma, state of California, United States of America. House I'm currently located in is located at the same street address that's listed on the California driver's license issued to me. California driver's license issued to me has the number D4315123. My name is Benjamin Coxon. I was born during August 25th, 1986 in the county of San Francisco in the state of California, United States of America. It's currently about 4:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 24th, 2020, Common Era. Okay, I'm going to be looking at California Penal Code Part 1, Title 7, Chapter 6, falsifying evidence and bribing, influencing, intimidating, or threatening witnesses. Okay, about Section 132, everything I've submitted to law enforcement. Has not been forged or fraudulently altered or antedated. So it's genuine and true. All the stuff on OneDrive, all the videos, all the letters, the audio recordings. I may have made mistakes about like dates every now and then, or maybe some just slips of thought. But it's all while I was making the audio recordings, I tried to keep everything true and accurate. I tried to be careful with my wording and specific with my wording, exacting with my wording. That's why some of it sounds like long-winded or excessive, or might be part of the reason some of it sounds excessive or long-winded. A lot of times anyway, I try to be generous with estimations. Generous to, or maybe not generous, but say I was talking about anyway, what am I trying to say? I guess you can ask me about a different time. Ooh. I try to be careful. I'm all right with language. I'm all right with words. I try to be careful. I try to be exact. I've watched Law and Order on TV. I have some concept as to how the criminal procedure goes, and how uses of exact language and stuff like that. So I try to be I tried to skip false facts, or tried to avoid false facts. Tried to be careful with estimations, so that I'd fall within my estimation would reliably fall within actuality of whatever it is I was estimating. Huh. Reading section 132.5. I didn't know about this section. So there's all sorts of stuff with like, because this everybody thing was going on, and there were a lot of like, it seemed like there were a lot of like politicians, elected officials, like heads of state, heads of foreign states, heads of industries, politician or movie stars, actors, models, powerful people, etc. involved, and a lot of. And some of the stuff I've seen on TV, like kind of seems like every now and then I've seen things on TV that kind of seem like they might be referencing what's been going on with what occurred to me like 2014 to 2020, or what I had gone through 2014 to 2020, and even 2011 to 2020. I'm not sure who's like I'm not sure if people are like communicating this stuff or how the information is like making its way from me being assaulted and battered to like movies and television. I'm not sure if it's like some of it like is influenced to like different. The information's like I'm not exactly sure of like where I am in the model of like movies and television and like the everybody thing and me getting harassed, assaulted, and battered, and someone who knows like more about what like the actual mechanisms of what's going on and like what actually occurs would probably be probably have more information or a lot of relevant information to that sort of question or there was even during 2014 to 2020 there were depictions of people explaining or starting to explain, or I was like led to believe that explanations of how that stuff. Yeah, I can make another video about this topic. Expectations about not expectations, but like they were going to explain it, but everything that they were explaining, it sort of it comes on and like this like by the time you get to the end, like by the time you get to the end of the explanation, like you've been made new, kind of seems like there's like a lot of like tricky stuff going on, even if like like they were just gonna explain something or tell you about something, yeah. And it's like worded, this metaphorical stuff. There's like ambiguations, lots of like tricky communication type stuff. Bunch of thespians rubbing their fingers. Might be. Sorry, that was a casual comment. That last comment there. Okay. That's section 133. These people like communicate in ways that, they just sort of say they communicate in false ways. They don't really say that, but a lot of what they say, like, you go, that doesn't make any sense. And they'll come up, well, if you interpret it like blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all right. They use a lot of metaphor. They use a lot, there might have been false statements given after any crime. So as far as section 133, there may have been false statements given about after. Excuse me, I'm having difficulty this morning. So, okay, so about Section 133, some of these people might get called as witnesses. Like, I hope some of them do, or I hope there is a trial. I hope some of these, the people who've been harassed, assaulting, battering me get found guilty. So with that in mind, these people might be, a lot of the observers might be called as witnesses in a trial. And if these people the people who might be called as witnesses are still observing what's going on, and the people who are harassing, assaulting, and battering me are still making false statements to me or to the people who are observing me, they might be Section 133 might be applicable in that situation. About Section 134, all the files I've uploaded to OneDrive, the Microsoft OneDrive, all the papers I've mailed to law enforcement, criminal prosecutors, and all these videos and audio recordings, they are like true and they were made with like truth and accuracy in mind. I attest to their truthfulness. I had like sensations when I just looked at the camera there. Stop doing things to me. I like blinked or something, and then there were depictions with Jenna Leff. Stop doing things to me. Jenna Leff was depicted as harassing, assaulting, battering, and sexually assaulting me, sexually battering me. Stop harassing me. Stop disclosing illegally gotten information about me. Stop disseminating illegally gotten information about me. Stop disclosing illegally gotten information about me. I don't know what they're doing with like O and like all this advanced tech stuff while these trial stuff is going on, or while I'm trying to get like these people investigated and prosecuted. And Laura Kelly stopped communicating to me also. Laura Kelly stopped communicating to me. There was just a depiction of Laura Kelly communicating to me and or causing me to communicate just now. There's also a depiction of Sean Kevel. Sean Kevel, stop harassing me. Stop communicating to me. Yep. Yeah, Sean Kevel and Jake Scholl have been like depicted as like sometimes being helpful, but sometimes I think like they're just like, they're just like playing along while someone else like actually like causes me to do something useful, like such as like make a video for the police, or like write a letter to the police, or go to the police station and make a police report, or explain to a deputy what you think's been happening. Yeah. Anyways, it's difficult. Some of this stuff, like I'm trying to make videos that like I'm trying to make videos that seem like I'm like a coherent person and like a sane person explaining something I've actually like gone through. And some of the, when I try to explain some of the details, I worry sometimes I sound like I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about, or like, I don't know what I'm thinking about, or like, I'm actively trying to, what I'm actually trying to avoid being 5150'd. And I'm also trying to, I'm really like attempting to convince police and law enforcement that something has actually occurred. Crimes have actually occurred. I've actually been victims of crimes while located in the state of California between the years 2011 to 2020, 2014 to 2020, and during 2020, while I was located in the county of Sonoma in the state of California. And the whole thing went like 2014 to 2020 and 2011 to 2020. It was all like, confusing, or some of it's confusing. It's complex. Some of it's complex. There's a lot of like details, and it's all like, oh, I stayed out. Everyone else went in. I stayed out, so I can't just like, I don't have like, I didn't get the ability to go in and just like, yeah, I'm already like explaining. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to avoid going into like a long-winded explanation. Anyway, I'm a legal U.S. citizen, legal resident of California, and I officially request and demand that people who perpetrated crimes against me during 2011 to 2020 and during 2014 to 2020 be investigated and officially criminally prosecuted by official government criminal prosecutors. There was there was a legal activity that occurred prior to 2010 that I was associated with and or involved in. I was about the videos on YouTube. I was being harassed, assaulted, and battered before I put the videos on YouTube. And I think pretty sure while I was making, because it happened then. Yep. So while I was making the videos, there were depictions of Rachel Taco Coxon harassing me. I remember I was like, I printed some document that I signed. I don't think I sent it anywhere, but I printed it, signed it, and scanned it. And there were depictions of Rachel Taco Coxon like screaming at me or like something like that, telling me to like sign it twice or something like that. I think there were depictions of Joshua Silly there at that time also. I was in the room. I was in the most approximately southwestern room of the house that I'm in right now, sitting in front of this computer when it was set up out there. It was like screaming at me and like, I don't know if it was just like, it was, I was being like harassed. And I think they were doing something to my neurological system to cause me to perceive the visual images and the audio of what I was experiencing being harassed by. I realized that depiction wasn't, I was being harassed, and there was a depiction by I was being harassed by people operating some advanced technology to cause me to perceive a depiction of Rachel Taco Coxon. As well as, various other things that were possibly going on at the time. I was possibly screwed. I think there were depictions of Joshua Silly. There might have been depictions of additional people. I think it was dark out at the time. That's how I recall it right now. And that was just one day, or part of one day. I've been harassed every day. Every day? Pretty sure it's every day. It was every day. So I've been harassed continuously from when it started in 2011. Continuously while awake. Every now and then there'll be like, they'll let off for like a few seconds or like a few minutes. I think it's mostly a few seconds. I don't think I've ever gotten past a few minutes without being harassed. 2011 to 2020. Or since it started in 2020. Or since it started in 2011. There might have been some stuff during 2020 that went longer than a few minutes. But even that, even that, I don't think so. Even that, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure not. Wow. Now that alone is impressive. Harassing someone, all the time they're awake from a day in 2011 to 2020. That's impressive. It's quite a feat. There's stuff on YouTube. Oh, right. Some of the stuff that, right. So I didn't learn, there they go again, trying to get me to do something. I mean, it's useful information to show up in the video, but stop harassing me, stop communicating to me. You're particularly offensive. Yeah. That was Rachel Taco Coxon. Or there was a depiction of Rachel Taco Coxon. Okay, so I gotta get back to this penal code thing. I didn't know about the advanced technology stuff until there was that incident in 2010, but I got I was briefly aware of people communicating to me, but I never slowed down long enough to did I? Anyway, I was briefly aware, and then I got 5150, and after the 5150, I just sort of went about my business I didn't really know this stuff existed. And then in 2011, the birds started chirping, and I was just sort of 2011 to 2014. I was just sort of lost in some strange, some strange situation where there's all this noise going on and nobody acknowledges it. And yeah, it was strange. It was strange. Birds chirping, frogs croaking, strange noises, cycled thoughts. Everyone around me is just acting normal, and does anybody, I remember being does anybody, I remember wondering if anybody else hears what I was hearing, or that was a strange experience. And then, and I still didn't really understand. I guess I probably suspected it was some sort of advanced technology, but it was still strange, and my thoughts were constantly cycled while I was awake. So as far as free thought about something, it wasn't my thoughts were I think the word is encumbered. I'm not sure about that word, but yeah, my thoughts were busy, or my brain was busy dealing with my thoughts were busy dealing with being cycled and affected. And then in 2014, it started to become more overt and more obvious that it was started to seem more and more like a technology. Overt and obvious visuals started happening. There was more communication, what seemed like normal communication, what seemed like communication between me and people through this technology, or people communicating to me, as opposed to just sort of repetitive cycled or repetitive mantras or lines or whatever it was. There was a little, every now and then there was a little bit of actual communication to me through people's voices or their thoughts. 2011 to 2000 through 2013, but it wasn't until 2014 when I started working at Subway, or after I started working at Subway. I think it was after I started working at Subway. But things sort of escalated. From late 2013 to really got going during 2014, and then kind of progressed from there. So it wasn't until 2014 that I really started to grasp oh, it's a technology, and even then it took a while for me to figure out that oh, these people lie, they lie on their backs, and and kind of they use their thoughts to operate this machinery, and they see some sort of control panel, or they're in a dune, they call it, basically going in. It took me a while, so it wasn't until after the start of 2014 that I like figured out or learned about going in. I figured out about like lying there and like, you know, and even that I didn't do. I can make a video about that. I'm supposed to be reading the penal code right now. Yeah, I think this was like 2014 was like, you know, it was like my chance to get made, and it sort of got hijacked by like by people who were doing what they did to me. People who did what they did to me. A bunch of females, including my brother's like partners. Rachel Taco Coxon and Camille Bailey. Yeah, the whole a lot of females didn't like me. A lot of females didn't like me. There was There was okay, so I didn't know there was this stuff in Israel. There was this stuff in San Francisco with Elizabeth Hogg. There was the herpes. There was the stuff with Betsy Coxon, like how I like questioned whether she sexually assaulted or sexually abused me in any way, or like knew about anything strange. There was all that, so there were a lot of female. It would have been easy for like someone to make like a pamphlet designed for females to cause them to not like me. But I would like to say that during all those incidences, I was unaware of this advanced technology. I didn't know about this advanced technology. I didn't know, like, yeah, in addition to that, I suspect there were people, in addition to myself and anyone else involved, there were people operating some advanced technology, causing me to want to do things, causing me to do things, causing me to act in certain ways, causing me to do things I've never done before. Causing me to do things that were uncharacteristic of myself. Stop harassing me while I'm trying to make a video. These people have come along so many times when I've like tried to make an audio recording or a video about something and started harassing me. They start harassing me and like, really? There was just a depiction of Bridget Cundy. People would show up, yep, like beat on me, you know? There's all these people communicating to me, all these concepts coming up, or depictions of people communicating to me, and I'm trying to like be focused on the video. Yeah, I made videos about that stuff. The stuff in Israel, like I punched my brother that night in the face. I've never punched my brother in the face before. And there are more concepts, but yep, I should make a video about this stuff again. So that's the stuff in Israel. Stuff in San Francisco with Elizabeth Hogg. Like I like laughed. Like the laugh didn't sound like my laugh, and the laugh seemed like unnatural. It didn't seem like me. The laugh seemed unnatural. And with the herpes, at least with Shauna Burston, there was I recall something about like the thoughts like leading right up to spooning her. There was something about that seemed strange, and there was something about like I had mentioned, like using condoms during therapy. During therapy, I had mentioned using. I thought about condoms or mentioned something about condoms. This was therapy with Robert Grant prior to purportedly infecting Shauna Burston with genital herpes. There's something about condoms that seemed kind of strange. I had said something about condoms and something happened. I have to stop and think about it. But there was that, and yeah. Then the condom thing happened in San Francisco with Elizabeth Hogg, and there was also something that happened with condoms when I was like sodomized at age 13. So anyway, there was. I suspect the people who have been operating some advanced technology, and were doing things to me prior to 2011. So the people doing things to me prior to 2011, yeah, I'm suspicious of them. I'm suspicious of them. All right, you should talk to some of the people who went in. You should talk to some of the people who went in and actually know this stuff. There's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that's going on. Yeah, and I was like, and prior to 2011, as far as like advanced technology stuff goes, there was I was like masturbating in strange ways when I was a kid, and like masturbated excessively. I was also a bully when I was a kid. Stop harassing me. You know, like I do for you. I'm talking to people who are communicating through this advanced technology. No, I don't like to do for me. Please stop harassing me. Stop doing it to me. I was laughing at something else. Stop harassing me. Oh, my sisters had like eating disorders when I was a kid and lived in Katati. Um, yeah, I can make videos about suspicions and all sorts of stuff. But anyway, I suspect the people who are hatting me or operating advanced technologies that have the ability to do things to me and cause me to do things, cause me to have thoughts, cause me to have experiences and experience like states and like basically do things to me. I think they're questionable, at least. I think they're very suspicious. I think some of their stuff might be considered bad hatter. But in addition to that, I'd reached the age of 18 and they didn't tell me they were doing things to me through some advanced technology. They never like gave me notice, or they never gave me notice that they were doing things to me through some advanced technology. I'm getting beamed by, my spine and neurological system is getting beamed by some like satellite or something. People operating some sort of satellite or something. I'm like, no one informed me. Might be considered like neglect or something. I mean, I'd reached the age of like, it was after 21. I'd already reached the age of 21, and they didn't tell me about this advanced technology. I went to see a psychologist and complained about like compulsive behaviors. I complained about compulsive masturbating and social anxiety, as well as various other things. And that was what, like 2005? 2004 and or 2005 that started. Stuff, you know. Once you find like the eating disorders and like the excessive masturbation, excessive pornography, and like masturbating like strange and harmful ways. Once you find that, and that stuff was going on. That stuff was going on prior to 2000. So like, I think the Hatters are already questionable. So I would like to say, as far as the San Francisco incident in San Francisco with Elizabeth Hogg and the incident in Israel, I think I was a victim. I was a victim also of people operating some advanced technology and doing things to me, causing me to do things, or contributing towards me doing things. Well, not only that, like I've been like tortured and tormented for the past since 2014, at least. I mean, I've been tortured since 2014, possibly tortured since 2011, but tormented at least since 2011. So, that says something about some of the people who, other people I've had to deal with. As far as the herpes goes, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, because for one, I think they caused me to have a herpes outbreak. I think they operate. I don't know. I think left alone, I just have like a herpes virus floating around in me. I don't think I actually have a herpes outbreak until these people do something through this obscure technology or this advanced technology. Not only that, I don't think I even like get out of bed or I might get out of bed. I don't think I go and like socialize with people without like someone doing something through some advanced technology. So there are people operating in advanced technology that are one is used to cause me to have herpes outbreaks, and two is also used to like cause me to socialize with people. So it seems like there's people who are willfully and knowingly, like uh, causing me to, or facilitating, or causing me to do things that I'm not sure how I'd phrase it. Well, at the very least, I think there's a third party involved. At the very least, even if I'm still guilty, I think the people operating this advanced technology would also be guilty. And don't let the obscurity of the advanced technology like fool you. If someone's doing something that's illegal, they're doing something illegal. If they're committing a crime regardless of whether they're using some advanced technology to do so. And if they're committing a crime in the process of doing some feed of does anyone know what Wu Wei means? If they have some like tricky way of doing something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not still criminal. How would you say? I'm trying to think of a metaphor. All right. It might be a metaphor for it. It might be. You know, this day is kind of like, you know, if there's some technology that's like simulating people's brains, and you know, it would be kind of like there might be some like complicated issues involved. Be that as it may, I'm concerned this Dr. Grant and Clark Anderson and a lot more people have like some like have everybody like have a bunch of have a lot of people believing, or like you know, got them all tricked into not talking about what goes on with this advanced technology, and they're just doing all these horrendous things to people through this advanced technology, and just because they got everyone not talking about the advanced technology, there's all these crimes and stuff happening. Okay, that's there might be additional concerns also. There might be additional concerns. There might be something they do where like they know what they're doing when they go in and operate the technology. Then when they go out, they don't know what they're doing, or they don't know what they did when they were in doing stuff through the advanced technology. It might be like there's some sort of concept that they do. Something where like they woo, or they like they don't know what they do when they're in there, and they like they cause people to do things, but somehow aren't liable for what they do to people, or cause people to do, or like facilitate people doing, or like make them give them predispositions to do things, or cause them to want to do things. Even if they got some like crazy concoction about how like it like simulates free will, or like simulates creative thought or creative choice, they're still in there. They're still operating some technology. They're still doing something, or I suspect they're doing something. So despite any kind of like concocted story, or concocted plan, or concocted like mechanism of despite anything, if they're down there causing people to do things, they're down there causing people to do things. Or if they're operating some advanced technology, they're operating some advanced technology. So if they're operating some advanced technology to do things to people, they're operating some advanced technology to do things to people. Okay? Okay. And if they're operating some advanced technology to do something criminal to people, then they're operating some advanced technology to do something criminal to people. I wonder what the laws are as far as like facilitating a crime, or causing a crime to occur, or tricking someone into committing a crime, or leading someone to committing a crime, or how would it be? Using an advanced technology to cause someone to become predisposed to committing a crime. Okay. I've been harassed, assaulted, and battered through some advanced technology during 2014 to 2020. I'm a citizen of the United States complaining about crimes perpetrated against me. I officially request and demand that those crimes be investigated and prosecuted in official government criminal courts. Okay, section 135.5. So I had all the files that I scanned. I had them in freezer, Ziploc freezer bags. I had them. The bags were labeled. I wrote on them what scanned documents. Then wrote like a date range. Then wrote like 1 of 3 or 1 of 1 or however many bags there were. I'd like collect a stack of documents that I had scanned, and then every now and then I'd put the papers into Ziploc baggies, and then or Ziploc freezer bags, and then put those bags in the shed out on the property or on the property of this house, the house that I'm currently in. So I like had all those documents. I had them scanned and I had them in the shed. And then one day I think probably during 2019, I was like cleaning up or something, and I was like sort of in like an excited state, or was probably in an excited state, and I threw all those papers away. I was like cleaning up the shed or something, and I threw them all away. And at the time that I threw them away, I was having thoughts of Crystal with the Brooklyn tattoo, female with the Brooklyn tattoo, used to work at Seafood Brasserie. I was either having thoughts of her or experiencing like the air of that person. I don't know if I explained air yet. Anyway, I was having thoughts of her, and I like threw all those away, and I was, so I think that might have been, I may have been caused to want to, or facilitated, or was somehow caused to throw away, somehow caused to either want to or somehow facilitated that I facilitated and or caused to throw away all the throw away evidence of crimes. All like the scanned documents, all the files in the folder scanned documents. I had like the actual pieces of paper, but I threw them away. And now I have like I started recollecting the papers that I scanned. But anyway, I still have the electronic copies, but it would have been nice to have the hard copies also. And it's like that much closer to everything being. I had like handwritten notes I had made while being harassed, assaulted, and battered. I had copies of signs that I had posted on my wall. I had medical records. So that was stuff 2000. That was stuff that I collected, 2014 to 2020, or during 2014 to 2020. It's just been thrown away. I still have the electronic copies. But it's like, I'm that much closer to losing everything. Because I'm not that much closer to losing, now all there is to deal with is like the electronic files. I wonder if they're scheming to like get that stuff erased somehow, or I'm just wondering about that. Anyway. And then also 2013, 2014, I was excited and caused to like clean up the house. I didn't throw stuff away that belonged to anybody else, but I threw away sometime during like 2014 to like 2018 or 2019. I think it happened early on. It happened like 2014, 2015, 2016, so around there. I shredded and burnt. I had a bunch of notebooks I wrote. I started keeping like notebooks sometime around like late 2020, 2004, late 2004, and during like when I was in therapy for, with Dr. Grant, with Robert Grant, 2005, 2006, 2007, sometime around there. I kept a bunch of like spiral notebooks where I just sort of did like free writing and handwritten notes, or free writing and stuff, and journaling. And I ended up like shredding a bunch of all that stuff, and either throwing it away or burning the shredded pieces of paper. So I lost all that, and I was like excited at the time. I was excited, and I think caused to clean up the house, and I think, or the cleaning up the house was facilitated, and I was excited and like cleaned up my own stuff. I ended up throwing stuff away. Also threw away pictures. I remember burning a bunch of pictures, and that didn't smell that great. I like shredded and burned stuff. Like shredded in Betsy Coxon paper shredder, and then there's like I'll take if I remember, I'll take a picture of the. I gotta make a video of that area. There's like a big metal tub with holes in the bottom that I put the shredded papers in, and then burn them. I think some of the stuff I burned prior to shredding, but I'm not sure about that. But no, I definitely burned some of the shredded stuff. There was that, and there was also like a fire pit screen cover that I put over it sometimes. It's like basically just like a metal lattice, or metal wire lattice. Anyway, it's about evidence. And I might have been caused to drop my audio recorder. The audio recorder I got like 2018, I think 2017, 2018. I think between purchasing the audio recorder and getting it, and now I think I've been caused to drop the audio recorder. I might have been caused to like not record something. I might have been caused. Might have been caused not to record things, or like forget that it was recording, or like forget batteries, or there might have been a few times they were like caused me to have some difficulties, or like obstructive in me like retaining audio files and stuff. You know, I think all this advanced technology stuff has been it all seems like electronic, or what seems like to be advanced technology. It all seems electronic, and I suspect there's an electronic record, so an investigator could look through the electronic record and determine a lot of what goes on. I've said flag it after a lot of times when like something I think is like interesting or pertinent to an investigation has occurred, and sometimes I think stuff is just interesting. So if you're an investigator working in that advanced technology, you might be able to do a search for flag it, and you can find some interesting things. It's also because it's electronic, or what I suspect it's electronic and digital, or electronic, so there'd probably be a way to like do some sort of like track and trace, or something similar to like tracing a phone call, as far as like actual like individual assaults and batteries and individual acts and things that have occurred through this advanced technology. Probably be able to trace it back to like its source, or like the person who sent the command, or like the sent the instruction through the advanced technology to cause the assault and battery to occur, or cause like individual acts to occur. I think individual acts in this advanced technology could be traced back to the perpetrator, or to individual people perpetrating. It seems electronic and digital. There's some concern as to, there's people, I think, they go in and operate this technology, and when they go in and operate this technology, I think they might know they might like have knowledge about what's occurred all at like 2014 to 2020 and possibly longer, 2011, 2020 and possibly longer. But as far as them, like, once they go out, or once they stop operating this technology and stop going in, and they're just like out, acting like normal people out in like everyday life, they might actually not know what has been occurring, what they've been doing when they go in. Like their O might actually change. You might have like a different set of O for like when they're out and like talking to people in the world, as opposed to when they're in and operating this technology. So they might be able to truthfully say, I don't know, or I don't have any memory of that, or so you might want to also ask them, do you sometimes go in, or do you sometimes do things where you use a different set of memories than you're using right now? Is it possible that you've done things while operating in advanced technology? Is it possible that you don't know about this sort of thing? I want to ask them that. And also, it might be possible for them to make themselves so that they really don't know about this advanced technology when someone comes up to them and asks them. So they can. I think it's possible for someone to make themselves who like knows what they're doing in this advanced technology, to where you could go up and they could honestly say, "I don't know," or "I'm not sure," or "I don't know what you're talking about." I mean, it really is like that, profound, or that definite of this advanced technology, right? And they did like demonstrations of stuff during 2014 to 2020. So, or did things that were demonstrative of this technology during 2014 to 2020. I have suspicions that Daniel Coxon, Camille Bailey, Sarah Lockwood, that those three people have participated in have participated in events through this advanced technology involving assault and battery of me during 2014 to 2020. So my brother Daniel Coxon, I think he's a resident of Oakland. I think he lives somewhere around Lake Merritt. It's in Alameda County in the state of California. I think he lives with Camille Bailey. I think she's like a registered social worker. So you can find her on the California license website, california.gov license website, for like a clinical social worker or social worker. That has her street address, and I think it would also be the street address of my brother Daniel Coxon. Daniel Coxon plays in a band called Riot Professor. I think they have probably have a Facebook or a MySpace or something. If you search Riot Professor Oakland or Riot Professor Berkeley or Riot Professor San Francisco, you could probably find their band. Sarah Lockwood, I think, either lives somewhere around like Santa Cruz, Mendocino County, Oakland, New York State, New York City. Somewhere around there. I think Clark Anderson and Robert Grant have participated in perpetrating assault and battery of me through advanced technologies during 2014 to 2020. Robert Grant either lives on the peninsula or in Oakland. He might live on the peninsula. San Mateo County or Santa Clara County, California. Clark Anderson, I think, either lives in Santa Clara County, San Mateo County, San Francisco County, or Mendocino County. I think pretty sure he has a place. Pretty sure that's his place. Just east of Hopland in Mendocino County. It's somewhere on the high. Yeah, it's somewhere in somewhere in all those documents uploaded in OneDrive. Oh, and if you ever, you know, I also think, I'm not sure who. Oh, okay, okay. I'm also not sure who caused me to masturbate. Who was causing me to masturbate through some advanced technology, like so excessively and like in harmful ways prior to when I turned 18. So prior to 2004. Not sure who was doing that. I'm also not sure who was doing that. I have suspicions, strong suspicions. I'm not sure who was doing it prior to 2004, and I'm not sure who was doing it after 2004. But it's now currently January 24th, 2020, and I am not certain who has operated some advanced technology to cause me to masturbate excessively prior to turning the age of 18, engage in masturbation that was harmful to myself and physically injurious to myself prior to turning age 18. I'm not sure who caused me to watch so much internet pornography prior to turning the age of 18. I'm not sure who caused me to seek out males over the age of 18 for sexual activity when I was under the age of 18. Currently not certain who. I suspect maybe my parents and or their friends. But I've yet to find like not sure how they phrase it, but yeah. Yeah. Still don't know that yet. So if I ever find that out, yep, right. So if you guys ever find that out, I'd be interested to know. I go back and find the definitions for torture. I think I qualified for torture. I think I might have qualified for torture. 2014 to 2020. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Not to make light of, yeah, a lot of people have like kind of roundabout excuses or possible reasons. And there've been a lot of like acts. It's been like a complicated and complex occurrences during 2014 to 2020. So there might be a lot of like multiple motivations, multiple like objectives, a lot of way like multiple reasons for doing things, or that people have had for doing things during 2014 to 2020, and during 2011 to 2020, and during 2010 to 2020, and during all times. As far as 1 through 6.1, 3, and also various other sections. As far as 1 through 6.1, A1, 2, there's been a lot of like complicated communication going on, or I perceived a lot of complicated communication going on 2014 to 2020 after like the initial illegal act, or after whatever the initial illegal act was, after many different initial legal acts. So, I'm, kind of burnt out right now. Some of that might be able to be construed as prevention or dissuasion. Might have been able to. I'm tired right now. Sorry. Oh yeah. There's been like threats to kill, threats to like break back, like threats to break my spine. So I think, yeah, I think that might be considered intimidation or dissuasion of witnessing. Might be. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Make a whole video about that stuff. I almost got a restraining order filed. I was being harassed while it was occurring, and like trying to get all that stuff like printed and like in order, and like it's kind of like it's difficult on its own, but while being harassed and while the deadline's coming, I gotta catch the bus, and I don't have that much money for the bus, and like, ugh, it was a lot to do. It was a lot to do, and I didn't even get it filed. I think what I didn't want to like. I would have had to like fill out like a form saying like the financial stuff for the like everyone in the household. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to pay to have the papers served. I don't think I had money to have the papers served, and I didn't know. Oh, Jenna. No, one of them was for Jenna Left, and she like has an address listed on the internet that I found. She has like a website on the internet that I found. For some reason, I didn't get the restraining orders out. I didn't get them filed, and like I even got like scheduled to be heard, but I didn't. Yeah, like I think I missed the bus to go to the hearing or something, or like I didn't have money for the bus for the hearing, or I missed the bus, or for some reason I wasn't like ready to go, or maybe I just didn't want to go. Maybe I just didn't want to go. I think I had like some kind of reason. I remember it like yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's kind of seems like an issue. Just say myself a lot of sexual assault. Huh. Anyway, I'm kind of going full steam. I've either I think I might have. I think I might have been like the whole process was like either too complicated or too expensive, or like by the time either getting like the notice served, or like shit, excuse me. I think I might have like missed the appointment, missed like the hearing, and then like I was already working on like trying to get the police to do something about like the ongoing assault and battery. But I skipped the restraining order and like kept continuing on with getting the police to do something, or attempting to get the police to do something. Yeah, it looks kind of weak. But yeah. If I ever reach the end of getting like the court document for ever reached the end of getting the document ready for court, I guess I'll go back to trying to do restraining orders. Yeah, kind of a weak spot in the case. But anyway. Well, I've certainly been telling her to stop. I think I have audio recordings of me saying stop. Yeah, I do have audio recordings of me saying stop. Yeah. I kind of spend, what do I spend my time doing? Well, recently I've been waking up, trying to work on this stuff, and then I have to explain all that. I don't want to explain all that right now. Please just keep moving. Okay. I'm talking to myself, or someone's talking to me, or... Okay, section 136.5. Because I think they operate this technology by going in, I think the technology recognizes them doing some act or having some thought that acts as like a switch or acts as like a control to operate the technology. So that they could. So I think essentially they could do it from anywhere. Anywhere they can lie down and I think all they have to do is lie down and sort of turn it on, and they can operate the technology. So in that regard, I think they carry it on their person, or the ability to use a deadly weapon is essentially on their person, or within their person, or within acts that they are capable of. So they essentially have that weapon on their person, if they have a weapon, or use it as a weapon, or it's construed as a weapon. Operating this advanced technology, or if they have the ability to operate a weapon. These people who operate, or some of them, at least some of them, who operate this technology. It's about 136.5. About 137. I think these people might receive gifts or opportunities, and some of the witnesses might have been receiving gifts or opportunities. Might have received gifts or opportunities as well in this during 2014 to 2020. Like I said earlier, there have been threats to break backs, threats to break spine, thoughts to break someone else's spine, or thoughts to break someone else's back, thoughts to hurt different people. So that's about 137B. These people seem credible. Not sure if they've been making understanding or agreements. About 138A. Yep. There's been a lot. Sometimes they say that that stuff I don't acknowledge, or whatever it is. Stop harassing me. Stop doing that to me. sexually assaulting me. Sexually battering me. Stop doing things. Stop doing things with my genitals. I feel something going on with my genitals right now. Stop doing things with my genitals. 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 It's currently about 5:56 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please stop doing things to me. All right. So about 141A. I'm not sure what they've been doing with the. This is digital image or video recording. So I think a lot of this, a lot of the content of this advanced technology might be included in Section 141, either by construing or, there might actually be a digital image. Might actually be video recording in this advanced technology. All right, that was Part 1, Title 7, Chapter 6 of the California Penal Code, as well as some additional information. It's currently about 5:57 a.m. Pacific. It's currently about 5:58 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On January 24th, 2020, I'm currently located in the bedroom I've been sleeping in, so in the house I've been staying in. That's located in the town of Windsor in the county of Sonoma in the state of California, United States of America. My name is Benjamin Coxon. I was born August 25th, 1986, while located in the county of Sonoma in the state of while located in the county of San Francisco in the state of California. I've been issued a California driver's license that has the number T4315123. The house that I'm currently located in is located at the street address that's listed on the same street address that's listed on the California driver's license issued to me. It's currently about 5:58 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 24th, 2020, Common Era. It's Channel 2. It's Channel 1208, OANN HD.
January 24th, and this edition of One American News starts right now.
It's all commercials. This is Channel 1213.
Have been put in place in 2 other nearby cities. A World Health Organization representative told Reuters the agency did not request the lockdowns, saying
BBC and BBC had an air of urbanity.
This is Channel 1215, MNBC HD.
Had a windblown voice with echoes of his Kansas and Texas upbringing, and he never lost the laconic, slightly rumpled manner of the newspaper city editor he had once been.
I love it.
That says it all.
That does it for us this morning. Chuck Todd hosts MSNBC's special coverage of the impeachment trial of President Donald Trump right now.
Today, House Democrats sharpen their case against the president.
From office, but
This is Channel 202, CNN.
seem impatient at this point, complaining they say are repetitive arguments that the Democrats say are crucial in building their case against the president.
That's right, and those Democrats have just 8 hours left.
All right. It's currently about 6:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 24th, 2020. My name is Benjamin Coxon. I'm currently located in the town of Windsor in the county of Sonoma, in the state of California, United States of America. End video.